All right, I was just bullshitting. Fully dressed. Okay, so let's get into this. All right. 2023 gun collection. It's your boy Big T, Gun Baghdad TV. You see it. I decided to do this out of the safe because it's just going to be too much to try to pull all this shit out, put it on a table, and do like everybody else is doing. Fuck that shit. I'll pull them as I pull them, and we'll get them. First up is a Glock 19 MOS. This is a staple for any gun owner. I mean, the 19 is the 19 is the 19. Everybody's got one. Glocks are simplistic in design, so that's why a lot of people buy them. There are a lot of Glock fanboys that'll swear this is the end-all, be-all, but not in my opinion. But I've got them, okay? So, no problem. Everything in here is clear. I keep a magazine in the guns just because I keep a magazine in the guns, but nothing's loaded here, okay? So, also we have a, next up, Shadow Systems MR920 with the Delta Point Pro, loopholed, red dot on it, threaded barrel. I like it. It's been a good gun. I've run probably about 1,000 rounds through it. The only thing I don't like is the mag well. My hands are big. It kind of, it pinches my fingers together with that. So, but it's a good gun. Okay. Bam. I need to hook these on. I should turn this light on in here, shouldn't I? So I can see. Hey, boy. Get the fuck on there, dickhead. Okay. Next up, TP9 Elite Combat Canik. Or Yannick, whatever they say over there. I don't know how they call it. We call it Canik over here, okay? And it might be Canik. Who gives a fuck? All right, pretty much same thing. It's cool. It's got the same issue with the mag well squeezing my fingers underneath the trigger guard. Threaded barrel. It's a pretty cool gun. Optic ready. I picked it up on a whim just because the price point on mechanics are fucking pretty cheap. All right, next up, HK VP9. The HK VP9 and its optic ready is a staple because HK is synonymous with just great guns. So the VP9 is a great gun. It feels good in the hand. It's got a good heel on it that feels good. It's kind of like the CZ or the Sig P320. Great gun. Okay, so next up is my Glock 45. I did a little bit of engraving on there, checking out my laser. I just got a laser a few weeks ago. I'm just checking it out, make sure that it's okay. All right, so Glock 45, an amalgamation between the 19 and the 17. The 45, I like the 45 better than the 17 and the 19 together. So that's cool. Next up is the other Glock 45. Bum, bum, bum. But this is MOS. I haven't bought a red dot for it yet. I've been into my SIGs and CZs lately, so I'll get back to you. I love you. Okay, so let's keep the ball rolling. Next up is the Dan Wesson DWX. This just came out a month or two ago. I picked one up as soon as they landed, and this is a great gun. This is a CZ style platform. Dan Wesson was working with CZ on this one, so it's like a combination of a 75 and a 1911. This thing is fucking awesome. It shoots crazy accurate. It's good. Crown barrel. It's just light trigger. It's crazy. I love it. Right? You should get you one if you got the money for it. Next up is a P320 with the Wilson Combat frame. You know, it's just a regular P320. It's got the optics. I haven't done anything to it. I just picked this up a couple of months ago just because I like that Wilson Combat grip on there. It feels good, and the mag extension. I'm not going to release it because YouTube's going to be fucking crazy if I do. But trust me, it's empty. If you don't believe it's empty, fuck you very much anyway, okay? So next up is the Glock 17. Now, I've done a little bit of laser practicing with my laser on it because I don't give a shit. I'll get another frame if I need be whenever they get ready. But pretty cool. 17 MOS. Like I said, Glock's a staple. I pretty much got every Glock in 9mm. Not pretty much, I do. So you'll see them all. Next up is the Smith & Wesson Metal MMP 2.0. This is a great, fantastic gun. It's a great shooter. The flat face trigger is awesome. It's got a good take up, and reset is short as shit. I probably put about 500 rounds through this gun. It's amazing. Don't worry about it. Next up is the HK45 threaded barrel suppressor height sights. I bought this for my suppressors to be a suppressor hose so I can shoot. It's got a good grip, feels good. The only thing I don't like is the mag release being right there on the trigger guard. It's a little weird to get to. Normally, I'm so used to thumbing it that it's easier to hit it with the finger, or you got to change your hand to hit it. So if they would do a thumb release right there in the grip, that'd be awesome. Who gives a shit? Next up is the Glock 48. Dun, 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 dun. Put that in the camera. Bam. Okay, Glock 48. Of course, this was my EDC for a minute. And then I bought the 43X. It was a little bit shorter when I started trying to appendix carry. But this fucker is pushing on your dick. You got to deal with that shit. That's a whole lifestyle to appendix carry by itself. And more power to the fuckers that do. I just don't like that motherfucker, let alone pointing at my dick. It's fucking resting on my dick like it's a bosom buddy. It's cousin Mark and Balky. Next up, Beretta M9A4. I almost fucked that up for you guys. M9A4. I just picked this up a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, something like that. I've got the M9A1. I think the only difference is the optic mount, and this trigger is way different than the A1. I'm trying to make it fast for you guys so I can get it under the 15-minute mark. We're going to speed up a little bit. Hey, Glock 43X with the hollow sun. I think it's the 407. Yeah, 407 KX2, threaded barrel, suppressor hose. I think it's a wicked little thing. This was my EDC for a minute. And no, this was not the threaded barrel poking down on my dick. It was before I put the threaded barrel in there. You like that, didn't you? Okay, next up is a Remington R1 match. I think it's Ultra, something like that. Double stack, 45. My wife got this for me probably 6 or 7 years ago. This has been a great gun. It's balls accurate. It shoots. It's fucking amazing. All right, we're at the 7-minute mark, halfway through, and we're not halfway through the guns. Next up is a CZ TS2. If you want a gun that just fucking shoots itself, buy a CZ TS2. Great gun, feels good in the hand. The magwell is great, just fits my hand in there. It's a great size gun. Super heavy though, that's the only thing. I bought this as a competition gun, but you know, I'm indecisive than a motherfucker. Next up, Sig P320 X5 Legion, right? Great gun. This is my competition gun. It's got the Romeo Pro on top of it. Super, super great gun. Feels good and balanced. I love it. Great gun. Okay. Next up is what I call big heavy, the Rock Island 6-inch 10mm. Man, it's hot in my house. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I feel like I'm about to start sweating. But this gun, I bought it double stack 10mm. Rock Island makes a good product for a great price point, so that's why I picked it up. Fiber optic fronts. Next up is the Sig P210 Target. Now this is one of the best feeling guns in the hand. Everybody who grabs this gun says it just naturally fits their hand, no matter what size. The Sig P210 Target is only 8 rounds in the magazine, single stack, so that's kind of the fucked up point about it. If they had a double stack version of this, I'd buy another one, even though they cost an arm and a fucking leg. Next up is the Sig P320 AXG aluminum frame. This has got the Delta Point Pro on top of it. This thing is balls accurate too. We took this out to the range and did some range shooting with it, and it is nasty as a fuck. Let me put it back in your face so you can see it. I just want to make sure y'all see that. Right? It's pretty fucking wicked. Okay. Next up is a gun that I'm probably going to end up getting rid of. It's a CZ97B. I wanted the BD, but it's all good. But this feels weird in my hand as far as the little swell right there on the heel. It's somewhat like the TS2, but I don't know what the difference is, but it's pissing me off, so I'll probably get rid of it. Next up is the GP100 Ruger in 357. You should always have a wheel gun, I think, just to be able to practice with the double action, single action stuff. Ruger makes a great product for a great price point, as far as the revolvers. I'm not a big fan of Ruger pistols, but I am a fan of Ruger rifles and revolvers. R&R, no P. Pushing P. Next up, Rock Island 9mm. TAC Ultra, I think it is. Double stack. Great gun, like I said, for the price point. Rock Island does their thing. They're the leader in 1911s. And this is a great gun. I've shot it. It's a little weird. It's got what I like to call a chug, where it feels like it's like slamming back and forth. I'm going to change out the recoil spring and see how that works with that. And it might be the load, it might be the spring, it might be me, I don't know. But it just feels like it's real slow on the slide, like it hits back, stays, and then comes forward. But we'll figure that shit out. Next up is my Glock 34 MOS. Whoop, whoop. So I used this in competition a while back. That's what I was shooting. IDPA, I think it was. No. USPCA, I forget. IPSC, who knows? I forget. Whatever. I haven't shot it in a long time. Yes, it does have an O-light on there, so feel free to hate in the fucking comments about the O-light. I got the O-light on a trade, so I decided to use it. Didn't want to throw it away, and it works perfectly fine. So I don't understand people's issue with it. Get over it. Fuck it. I've got Streamlight, Surefire, all that good shit there. I mean, you know, it is what it is. O-light actually gives you more lumens for the price point, but I get it. You don't like it? Fuck it. You're not going to like a lot of shit. All right, here is the Beretta 92A1. All right, you saw the other Beretta, the M9A4. It's pretty much the exact same, except there is no optic cut for a plate, and the trigger is a little bit longer as far as the take up, reset, and all that good stuff there on the M9A4. Next up, Glock 43X. This is actually the one I used to carry, but it didn't have the MOS. So I decided to swap it out and get the one with the MOS so I can put a red dot on it. It is what it is. Great gun, Glock 43X. I'm not going to diss it at all because it's mine. The next gun was kind of a novelty gun. I bought it because it was cute. It's a Rock Island 380, right? Single stack. I mean, it's way heavy for the size. The slide is hard to fucking pull back. The recoil spring in there is fucking crazy tough. I might fuck with it every once in a while. I mean, just because I paid a cheap price for this, I might even start cutting springs off the recoil spring or trying to swap out springs to see if I can get it to run a little smoother and not be so hard to rack. Fuck that. Okay, so next up is a dagger slide. It's a build. It has a SCT frame and a dagger upper on it. Bought it, FFL, sent it in, paid the transfer, put it together. It shoots. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so for like $350, 9mm threaded barrel, slide cuts. It looks pretty cool. Suppressor height sights. It'll be a suppressor host. It's just something cheap to be able to get. Next up is the new Glock 47. Ooh. Everybody wants one of these. Basically, it's like got all the 19 guide rod and all that shit in there in the 17. Yeah, I guess the reasoning is it makes it a little more modular to be able to swap parts out. I haven't shot it yet, but I will. It's MOS, of course. Like I said before, I've got pretty much every Glock in 9mm, and you'll see that soon. Next up is the Sig P365X Macro. It's got the slide cuts in there for the comp. It does shoot flat, but I don't think it's as flat. I've got a build going on right now with an XL and got the PMM comp on there, and the Icarus frame aluminum brings the weight to it. I think from what I've seen in reviews, that's going to shoot way flatter than this. I actually carry the XL and swapped it out for this. I was carrying this. I swapped the XL and I swapped back to the XL. So I just like the slide to be just a hair longer and the barrel as well. Next up is the Springfield Prodigy. I think this is the 4 1/4 barrel. There's been mixed reviews on this gun, but mine hasn't had an issue. I've shot probably 600 or 700 rounds through it, and I've only had one hiccup, which was due to the guy that was shooting it limp wristing it. Other than that, I haven't had an issue out of it. No failure to feed, no failure to fire, no failure to eject. So it's been a great gun for me. I'm going to run some more rounds through it. We'll do another video with it, no problem. Next up is the M&P 2.0 M&P 9. It's just in gray. It's the tactical version. Suppressor host, suppressor height sights, extended mags. I liked it because I like the gray color, and it was at a good price point. So I picked it on up. All right, that's all you need to know about that shit. Next up is the Taurus Raging Hunter in the, I think it's the 4 and some change inch barrel. I've got the 8 and 3/8 as well, so we'll see that. But I like this gun just because it had the rail up top, and you can go ahead and run the red dot in there, and they sell the piece to put the Wigatini rail on it to put the red dot on the back. It's a kind of heavy gun, but it soaks up those 357s, and it's got barrel ports in it. Not comped, but it's got barrel ports in it, so it keeps that muzzle rise down. Let's see. Now we got the Smith & Wesson 929 Jerry Mitchell Edition competition 9mm revolver, 8-shot, with the compensated barrel on the end. And this is pretty wicked. I haven't shot it yet. I've seen it shot, but I will be shooting it in a review video. But this thing just feels good in the hand. Ooh-wee, do you feel lucky, punk? That's what Clint Eastwood said. And it didn't matter how lucky they felt. He was shooting the fuck out of them anyway. Okay, so let's get to, bam, what else do I got up in here? Oh, I've got a Walther PDP-F. This was my wife's EDC gun. I swapped her out and gave her a P365, the standard. I think it was the TAC. I'm not sure, but this was a little too big. She was having to carry it in a bag. I wanted something that she could keep on her and be smaller, so we swapped that out. If anybody's looking for a PDP-F that's in Georgia, let me know. I might be able to do a trade or sale or whatever. I've also got, let me pull this out. I just got this. I also got a Glock 43X in the geometric, some shit, yeah, geodesic camo. This is pretty wicked. I just like the camo job on it, right? It's MOS. I'll end up getting a red dot on it, but I just like it. It's pretty cool. They had a stipple effect on their laser. And I'll be doing the laser stippling and stuff on my stuff since I have the laser engraver now. 50-watt fiber, just so you know. That one's still in the box because I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. So that's how I keep it. Okay. Slid in there. Bam. All right. So now let's get into the Smith & Wesson metal competitor two-tone. This is a wicked motherfucker, man. I'm going to tell you right now, this gun shoots itself. It is balls accurate. I mean, and listen, I'm talking at 15 yards. I'm not talking 50 and 100 yards and doing all kind of crazy trick shot shit. I'm talking about 15 and under, 20 and under, somewhere in there, self-defense shit, or really this is a competition gun. So this will work 25 yards, headshots all day. So this is a great, fantastic gun. It's got the lightning slide ports. And it's pretty wicked. I don't think I'll do much to this at all. We'll keep it simple, stupid. Next up is the CZ P10F competition. This is pretty wicked. The trigger's pretty wicked on it. I like the gold and black. I bought this gun because my 9-year-old football team that we coach won the championship. We almost went undefeated. We took one loss in the season. So we were black and gold, and I happened to see this gun the same Saturday, or was it Sunday? I forget what it was, that we won the championship, so I had to pick it up. I had to have it, okay? So black and gold forever, right? Black Knights forever. How about that shit? Okay, next up is the P226 X5. This is a nasty gun. It shoots itself. I've only shot probably about 20 rounds through it. Just took it and tested it the day I bought it. It's a heavy gun, but it's real balanced. This is a nice gun. It's got the gas pedal on the side for your thumb, and so you're holding on to it. It's a great gun. Optic ready. I'll end up hooking this up here soon. I haven't had it long, maybe a couple, 3 months. Next up is the Ruger 5.7. You've seen this before. This thing shoots very good, low recoil. It's a nasty round. I love it. Let's do it, right? Ruger 5.7. Next up is the Staccato P threaded barrel, optic cut. You know what it is with these staccatos. It's the polymer frames that come off at the handle, and it's a great gun. It's not an issue with this gun, right? Everybody knows about Staccato. Very, very reputable company. They do their damn thing when it comes to making quality, solid, ass-kicking guns. Get your staccato. Oh, next up, you saw the short version. Here's the long version, right? This is the Raging Hunter in the 8 3/8 inch barrel, steel ported barrel. Rail up top, feels good. This one actually feels more balanced than the shorter one, the 4 3/4, I think it is. But this soaks up. You can shoot 357, whatever load you want, plus P, all that bullshit. It'll fucking run it, no problem. Next up is the Rock Island RIA or RIA 5.0. I don't know. Everybody's calling it something different, but this is a good shooting gun. Ball's accurate. It likes to shoot fast. Slow fire, I found that I wasn't as accurate as I wanted to be with it, but fast firing, just manipulating the shit out of the trigger, this motherfucker stacks them. So it's been a great gun so far. I've only got about 200 rounds through it. I'll keep running it until I can get some more rounds in it. Next up, M&P 45. So this is the M&P, pretty much 2.0 45, optics ready, threaded barrel. I got this for a suppressor hose as well. Feels good in the hand. I think it feels better than the HK45 that I bought for my Tyrant 45 suppressor. So I picked this up because Smith & Wesson always has a good price point on these. It's not bad. Okay, so next up, oh, I had to pull it out of the thing, is the FNX 45 Tactical. Suppressor height sights, threaded barrel. Of course, this is suppressor hose. I've got a few suppressors, so I got to figure out which ones I want to put on and leave it, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so the FNX 45 feels good, balanced, everything's good, no problem. If you want to know any more about these guns, go on the manufacturer's website and fucking look at them. I'm not going to give you all the specs and shit on them. I don't have enough time here. So next up, let's run through all the 22s. So I've got the Ruger Mark IV. She's kitted out with the tandem cross, everything. This is a wicked little 22. I love shooting this gun. It's a fun gun to shoot. Everybody who shoots it loves to shoot it. It's very easy to operate, manipulate with the D-ring in the back, or O-ring, I guess you would call it. But and the Delta Point Pro on top of it. I know some people say, man, you're putting a very expensive red dot on that cheap gun, but fuck you and fuck whoever you walked into this fucking video with. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so next up is the Glock 44 in 22 long rifle. This is just a trainer gun for me because of the Glocks. I got it so I can go out there and shoot and have that feel of the same trigger, but don't have to waste the ammo or the money on the ammo because the 22 is cheap, and I probably got about 30,000 of those. Next up is the Ruger PPQ22 or something like that, or P22? P22. Okay, got this for a suppressor hose for my 22 suppressor. It's pretty cool. It's actually my daughter's, so she practices and shoots with it. I bought it because I did have a Walther Q5 match that I recently sold to a buddy of mine. So, you know, he's got it now. He might want to come back and buy this trainer, but the grips aren't the same size, so it didn't serve its purpose, but it was cheap. It was cheap. Next up, Taurus TX22. These came out. I bought them when they first came out. The reputable gun, you know, from Taurus. It actually runs. Normally everybody hates a Taurus, but except for the revolvers. But this one runs pretty smooth. Like I said, it's threaded barrel for the suppressor. I like to run the 22 with the suppressor just because it's super quiet. Next up is the Sig P320s. Same thing. Bought it as a trainer just to train with for all my SIGs. I am into the SIGs now. That's what we're running and carrying. So I run this when I want to go run some practice. And not have to waste all my nine. Next up, oh, I almost forgot. Damn, I got another Glock 48. It was sitting in the door. It's 9mm Glock 48 MOS, all black. It's a pretty good. I love it. We've already been through the other one. Fuck it. Okay, so next up is the FN 502, which is the trainer for the 509. I sold my 509. I still have the 502. Anybody looking for a 502, let me know if you're in Georgia. Or I might do it as a trade-in on another weapon. Who knows? Damn it. I just found another one. Hold up. You guys, I thought I was done with the 9mm, but I wasn't. Hey, told you I had every Glock. Glock 26, Gen 5. It's non-MOS. I've been looking for the MOS version. If you have an MOS version out there and you would like to make a trade or something like that, fucking awesome. I'm with it. Oh, shit. Also, Gerald. Smith & Wesson 500. I almost forgot about Gerald. Can't forget about Gerald. Gerald is a beast. Gerald fucking whoops ass. Gerald is old school. That's why I call him Gerald, like my grandfather. That was his name, Gerald. Okay? Gerald is what some people call him. Gerald, right? That's how it's spelled. So anyway, compensated, lights out. I've only shot some, I think, 325 grain out of it. I don't want to shoot any 700. I'm not trying to break my shit. But it's the big 8 3/8 barrel, so it shouldn't be bad at all anyway. Okay. Hey, oh, almost forgot about that. It is a Sig P365 and 380. This was my wife's carry gun for a minute, but then I decided that I wanted her to jump into the 9mm, so this is 380. If you're looking for a 380, let me know. No problem. Okay, so what I think is that's pretty much it as far as the pistol collection. I will be doing a separate rifle collection. I know there are pistol rifle calibers, but I will keep them in the rifle family so we don't have to go back and forth as far as handguns versus rifles. Let's just call it that, okay, instead of pistol. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. We will get back to it. I'm buying new shit weekly, every 2 weeks, something like that. So stay tuned with me. I'll go through a ammo review of what I have as far as ammo, and I will I'll do knives, blades, swords. I'll do everything. I got a little bit of everything. Let's see. I'm not missing anything, I don't think. Okay. Well, peace the fuck out. We'll see you later.